thing to note before we go into parallel funds and earnest is, like Matt said, the consequences of failure to comply. So if you do exceed 100 investors, or you allow somebody in a 3C7 fund that is not a qualified purchaser and you're above 100, so if you're not registered as an investment company, if you haven't followed those things that had in a previous slide, then the SEC can bring an enforcement action against you for violating 7A, which prohibits an investment company from engaging in any business in interstate commerce unless the investment company is registered under Section 8. So if you happen to have somebody that's over 100, but they're not using the mail, if they're not using the internet, and they're only in one state, then okay, they might be fine. But for the vast majority of funds, it's a real issue if they they're going to be in violation of the law if they don't qualify for one of the exemptions that we mentioned. Such enforcement actions are rare. They're on a lot of 7As, but what does happen here is this next one. Any contract is going to be void or unenforceable if it's made by a fund that should be registered as an investment company but is not registered. So that's where you might get into LPs. Sometimes the GP LP relationship goes south, and the LP starts looking for reasons to get its money out, and start asking questions and whatnot, and sending demand letters and making books and records requests, and there's all these things that happen. So a lot of times when these happen, usually it's an angry LP that's doing it, or someone kind of like that. There's some kind of whistleblower thing going on, and we do have people self-report as well, that they've self-report to the SEC that they violated it, just figuring, hey, it's better for us to tell the SEC rather than the SEC find out. I'll say that in general for these kind of violations, I mean, usually it's going to be a relatively small monetary fine with the SEC. It's normally not going to be something too egregious.